There is another herb that you can take on the inside to get inflammation down, and that's turmeric. Turmeric's a very powerful herb internally to get the inflammation down.
A lot of people say to me, I eat garlic all the time, and that's great. I think we all eat garlic all the time. But if you want to use it as an antibiotic, 4 raw cloves a day.
Well, if you don't have a feeble stomach and you keep combining the fruits and vegetables, it soon will be feeble. Why? Why? Let me tell you why.
Welcome to today's eye-opening discussion on cancer prevention with Barbara O'Neill, a world-renowned health expert who has transformed countless lives through her teachings. Today, we're diving into the shocking truth about 4 anti-inflammatory foods and their role in cancer prevention. You might be surprised to learn how these common foods can play a significant part in your health journey. Barbara will reveal why these foods are more than just a nutritious addition to your diet. They could be a powerful ally in the fight against cancer. First, let's understand why anti-inflammatory foods are such a crucial component of a cancer preventive diet. Foods like turmeric, ginger, green leafy vegetables, and garlic are packed with essential nutrients and compounds that support overall health. According to Barbara O'Neill, these foods are rich in antioxidants, phytochemicals, and anti-inflammatory agents, which have been shown to protect cells from damage, reduce chronic inflammation, and promote healthy digestion. Not only do these anti-inflammatory foods help regulate blood sugar levels and reduce the risk of obesity, a key factor in cancer development, but they also contain compounds that may inhibit the growth of cancer cells. According to the World Health Organization, including a variety of these nutrient-dense foods in your daily diet can significantly reduce inflammation, support digestion, and help maintain a healthy weight, all of which are vital for overall health and well-being. Now let's take a closer look at each food and their cancer-fighting benefits. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Do not disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or seen in this video. Ginger.
So you can use ginger internally and you can use it externally. So first of all, we'll look at it internally. Internally, you can grate it on this little fine grater, probably about a teaspoon, and you pour a cup of boiling water on it. Let it just sit for about 10 minutes and strain it, and there's your ginger tea. So that hot ginger tea can be used to warm someone up. It can be used for someone's got a cold, sore throat. It also can be used for anyone that's got an upset stomach. So it's an anti-nausea herb. So it's not only a heaty herb, but it's an anti-nausea herb. If you buy seasickness or car sickness tablets, you'll find they're just compressed ginger. So anyone who's got a bit of nausea, so maybe if someone's pregnant, they can suck on those car sickness, or they can put a lump of ginger in their mouth and just give that a little suck over a while, or they can have the ginger tea.
First on our list is ginger, a potent anti-inflammatory root that Barbara O'Neill highly recommends for its cancer-fighting properties. Ginger has long been used for its medicinal benefits, and its ability to reduce inflammation is key in preventing chronic diseases, including cancer. The active compound in ginger, called gingerol, has been shown to inhibit the growth of cancer cells while also enhancing the body's natural fat-burning processes. Ginger's anti-inflammatory effects work by blocking certain enzymes and pathways that lead to chronic inflammation, a known contributor to cancer progression.
Now we're going to look at what's for ginger inflammation. I've just given my right-hand lady the sign and she's bringing ginger. Unfortunately, we used up all the ginger in your juices. So we're using frozen ginger. And frozen ginger, see, ginger doesn't keep, if you're going to have it for weeks, it's good to freeze it. But frozen ginger can be grated quite well. Thank you. So we're going to grate the ginger, and ginger is used for joint inflammation. So you use your Potato for tissue inflammation, and joint inflammation you use your ginger. Ginger is a very powerful anti-inflammatory herb. And what you want to use is the juice. So there's quite a bit of juice coming out of this frozen ginger. So where you would use this, maybe this is a poultice for a toe that's got gout. Maybe this is for an arthritic finger. So you make the poultice in the same way that I made the potato one. And can you see we've got about a ½ inch of plastic all the way around it. And let's say a lady has a painful joint here, an arthritic joint. Then you would put it on there and then you bandage it on. Now my suggestion is if you've got any painful joints and you're going to use ginger, apply it about 6 o'clock in the evening. Because if that joint is inflamed, the skin can get very, very hot. Some people have said, Barbara, my skin's burning. I said, the good news is your skin won't burn. But if you can handle it, sleep with it. And some people say, I can't handle the heat. I said, well, just take it off. Even just being on for half an hour will take some of the inflammation out of the joint. It appears that the ginger pulls the inflammation out of the joint to the skin. Because if there's no inflammation in that joint, it won't get hot. Now, it will not hurt it, but it'll only get hot if there's inflammation in there. So very nice on lower back. If someone's got a sore lower back, they'll often put a hot water bottle on it and it'll bring a little bit of relief. Now, if they've got a sore back, there's usually inflammation there. And if they put a hot water bottle on it, it's not good for the inflammation. It can increase the inflammation. So why does it bring relief? Whenever you're in pain, the muscles cramp. And you put a hot water bottle on your back, it relaxes the cramping muscles. So it brings relief because of that. Now, putting a ginger poultice, if you put a ginger poultice on the lower back, you would make it about the size that I made the potato. So if you put a ginger poultice on your lower back, and what I say is put on your lower back and you can tape it on, and often your pants will hold it there, and you lie on your back with your knees in the air, you know, your knee up and your foot down so that the lower back goes flat. And it presses that against the lower back. Within half an hour you start to feel the heat. And the heat from the inflamed joint coming out to the skin, that heat relaxes the muscle and yet it's reducing the inflammation. So it brings a lot of relief. One lady with a sore lower back at our retreat was putting the ginger poultice on. She was so excited about the relief it was bringing. She wanted it in the morning, she wanted it in the afternoon, she wanted it in the evening, and after 2 days her skin started to get a little sore. So what I say is just save it for the evening. Don't do it non-stop. You'll never get sore skin from the gentle grated potato. Your skin might look like a dried, prune, as with William. But because the ginger is pulling that inflammation out to the skin, if you continually do it, the skin can get a little irritated. But if you just keep it for when you need it, maybe of an evening. One lady said that got so hot, but it was an arthritic joint and it felt so good. She said, no, I want to keep it. I want to keep it on all night. Now with vegetable matter, when you make a poultice out of vegetable matter, once it's used, it needs to be discarded. Whereas your castor oil compress, so I've got there, because it's an oil, it can be used again and again and again. We had a man do our program who was a barrister. He was 38, and he said to me, I've come to the retreat to stop drinking alcohol for a week. He said, don't tell me to stop drinking alcohol because I'm not going to stop. I'm just here to have a week's rest. I just said, you can't say right because it's not right, and you can't say this is terrible, I have no right to say that. So this is where you go, Midweek, right now, Wednesday night, we're doing the poultice lecture, and I did the demo on the grated ginger. He said, I have a little toe that sits up like that. He said, it's my middle little toe. He said, it's been paining me for 18 months. The doctor says it's gout. He said, I don't know what to do about it. He said, I am a barrister. I go to court with my wig and my robes on, and I have to wear slippers. I can't even wear shoes. I said, well, let's put a poultice on it. So this was about the right size for a little toe. We put it on, maybe a little smaller. We taped it on, and whenever I apply a poultice, I always ask the guest if I can pray, and I ask for God's blessing on that poultice. And he went to bed. The next morning, now this man was very quiet, very reserved, and kept to himself. The next morning, he's coming down the hill because he was in one of the cabin rooms, and he's yelling out. It was very unusual for this man to do that. And we looked down, and he came running up. He said, it's gone. He said, my toe is flat and there is no pain. One ginger poultice.
As Barbara O'Neill teaches, chronic inflammation is often fueled by excess glucose in the body, which cancer cells thrive on. Ginger aids in breaking this cycle by promoting insulin sensitivity and helping to regulate blood sugar levels, which ultimately deprives cancer cells of their preferred food source, glucose. Additionally, ginger helps to improve digestion and speed up metabolism, making it an excellent food for weight loss. According to a review in Gastroenterology Research and Practice Journal, ginger helps fight cancer in several ways. It can trigger the death of cancer cells, reduce inflammation that promotes cancer growth, and influence key processes that control cell growth. Ginger also boosts the immune system, helping the body better combat cancer. To get the most out of ginger, Barbara advises incorporating it into your daily routine. You can add fresh ginger to smoothies, teas, or stir-fries for a spicy kick. Another simple way is to steep fresh ginger in hot water to make an anti-inflammatory tea that's both soothing and healing. Ginger can also be used in marinades for meats or roasted vegetables to enhance flavor while boosting your health. By regularly including ginger in your diet, you're taking a crucial step in both fighting cancer and burning fat. Garlic. Next up is garlic, a small but mighty food with significant anti-inflammatory and cancer-fighting benefits. Barbara O'Neill highlights garlic as one of nature's most powerful superfoods, packed with sulfur compounds like allicin, which are responsible for its strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. These compounds have been shown to help destroy cancer cells, particularly those related to the stomach, colon, and breast. Garlic works by reducing inflammation in the body, which is crucial for both cancer prevention and fat loss. Chronic inflammation not only increases the risk of cancer, but also hinders the body's ability to metabolize fat effectively.
A lot of people say to me, I eat garlic all the time, and that's great. I think we all eat garlic all the time. But if you want to use it as an antibiotic, 4 raw cloves a day. Not everyone can take that, and if you can't take it, maybe you look at an alternative like your olive leaf extract, which is another excellent antibiotic. So what would you do for a baby? For a baby, you could slice up the onion very finely and put it in a little cloth and bind it to the bottom of their feet. And I have done this quite a lot to my little ones, which are not little ones any longer, when they were little, and my daughters do it to their children. So you get a little cloth like this and a couple of slices of very finely sliced garlic, and let's just pretend that my hand is the little foot, and you would bind it to the bottom of the foot. And then you put the bootie on, or if it's a toddler, then you put the shoe and sock on. It takes 1 minute for 1 drop of blood to go around the whole body. And in about 2 minutes you can smell it on their breath. I used to put it on my son James when he was a little bloke. He used to get a bit of bronchial things, and at the end of the day I'd take his shoes and socks off, and those bits of garlic were yellow and dried out like little bits of dried out leather. There was not a drop left in them. The slicing is the best because the juices release little by little. If you were to put slices of garlic straight onto the feet, it would blister the feet, and that's why the cloth. Even though the juice comes through the cloth, it acts as a little bit of a protection. But I've met a few mothers that have blistered their babies' fence. One lady said she heard about it, so she grated up the garlic, and she said, the whole of my baby's foot is one blister. I said, that'll heal, but it's a pity you won't be able to put garlic poultice on for about a week. But that is a very old remedy for whooping cough. What happens? Well, as soon as the garlic juice goes into the bloodstream, the body takes it where it needs it. And if there's a congested chest, it'll take it there, and it actually has the ability to loosen up a congested chest.
According to Barbara, garlic's ability to aid in detoxifying the body ensures that harmful toxins, chemicals, and excess hormones, which can contribute to cancer growth, are neutralized and eliminated. This makes garlic not only a cancer-fighting powerhouse, but also an essential food for burning fat and supporting overall metabolic health. According to a review published in Frontiers in Pharmacology, garlic is not just a flavorful addition to meals. It also has impressive health benefits, particularly in fighting cancer. The active compounds in garlic, like allicin and diallyl trisulfide, help prevent cancer by stopping the growth and spread of cancer cells. They work by promoting cell death and boosting the immune system. Barbara advises using raw or lightly cooked garlic to retain its health benefits. You can easily add fresh garlic to salads, dressings, and sauces. It also pairs well with vegetables, grains, and lean proteins, like chicken and fish. For an added boost, try making garlic-infused olive oil to drizzle over your meals. By using garlic regularly, you'll be supporting your body's natural defenses against cancer while promoting fat loss.
Garlic is a very powerful antibiotic, but if you want to use it as an antibiotic, you should take 4 cloves a day. That's quite strong. So here's a clove of garlic, and how you can take it when a person's got a bad cold is as a flu bomb. So I'm going to write the recipe for flu bomb up here. So flu bomb. And when you taste it, it'll seem like you've just drunk a bomb. Garlic. Now, someone loves garlic, they might have 2 cloves, but approximately 1 clove. And if I was doing it for a child, I'd use a very tiny little clove, and that's crushed. The next ingredient is ginger, and this is about 1/4 teaspoon, and that's finely chopped. So they're the first 2 ingredients in the flu bomb. The third ingredient is the juice of a lemon. It's usually 1 lemon juice. And the next ingredient is honey, and usually 1 teaspoon. The next ingredient is eucalyptus oil. Or you can use tea tree oil, 1 drop, that's it. And the next ingredient is cayenne pepper. And I'll just leave that one free, because for some people it's a light shake. For other people who are very brave, it might be 1/2 teaspoon, so I'll just leave that one up to you.
Turmeric. Turmeric, often referred to as the golden spice, is another powerful anti-inflammatory food that Barbara O'Neill strongly advocates for in the fight against cancer. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound that has been extensively studied for its ability to reduce inflammation and inhibit cancer cell growth. Curcumin not only neutralizes harmful free radicals, but also enhances the body's fat-burning capabilities by improving metabolism. Barbara explains that chronic inflammation creates an environment where cancer cells can thrive, making turmeric a crucial addition to any cancer-preventive diet. Its anti-inflammatory properties also aid in weight loss by reducing insulin resistance and promoting the breakdown of fat cells. Barbara emphasizes that turmeric, like ginger, can help reduce the body's glucose levels, starving cancer cells, and making it an essential part of a diet that eliminates excess glucose for optimal cancer prevention.
We are all so different. We're all a combination of birth, genetics, experiences, and that's why I believe everyone should be their own doctor. There is another herb that you can take on the inside to get inflammation down, and that's turmeric. Turmeric's a very powerful herb internally to get the inflammation down.
How often or how
So a
much?
teaspoon 3 times a day.
Sure.
If it's the fresh turmeric, you would triple that dose. If it's dried, then you bring it back.
Turmeric's benefits extend to supporting heart health, improving digestion, and protecting against oxidative stress, all of which contribute to overall wellness. According to a review published in Biomedicines, turmeric, particularly its active ingredient curcumin, has shown promise in fighting cancer. Curcumin works by influencing several processes that cancer cells rely on to grow and spread, such as inflammation and cell survival. It may help reduce chronic inflammation, which is linked to cancer development. The review also mentions that curcumin has been tested in clinical trials, both on its own and alongside other cancer treatments, showing potential benefits. Overall, curcumin could be a helpful addition to cancer therapies due to its ability to target multiple aspects of cancer growth. To incorporate turmeric into your diet, Barbara suggests adding it to smoothies, soups, and stews. You can also sprinkle turmeric on roasted vegetables, or mix it with black pepper and olive oil to create a powerful anti-inflammatory dressing. Another popular way to consume turmeric is by making golden milk, a warm beverage made with turmeric, milk, or a dairy alternative, and a pinch of black pepper to enhance its absorption. By including turmeric in your daily routine, you're not only supporting your body's ability to fight cancer, but also aiding in fat loss. Green leafy vegetables. Lastly, we have green leafy vegetables like kale, spinach, and Swiss chard, which Barbara O'Neill praises for their incredible anti-inflammatory and cancer-fighting properties. These vegetables are packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, improve immune function, and protect against cancer.
Vegetables. Vegetables also have an alkaline effect. Now, before I define vegetables, let me just go back to dark green leafy vegetables. Now, this explains why things like green barley, spirulina, wheatgrass, green smoothies have become popular because they are so alkaline. And as you can see from here, it is an acid environment basically that breeds disease. So we can do a lot to alkaline the tissues of our body by eating more greens. Vegetables. Most vegetables are alkaline forming, but there is a question mark with one group of vegetables. So one group of vegetables, for some people, has an acid effect, and for some people it has an alkaline effect. That's the tomato. It's the nightshade group of vegetables. Capsicum. In 2 weeks I'll be lecturing in America and I can't say capsicum, I have to say bell pepper. They don't know what a capsicum is. But I think here in New Zealand you call it capsicum, yeah? Sweet pepper. And potato. And I'm not referring to the sweet potato, but in New Zealand you call it kumara, don't you? But in Australia we call it the sweet potato. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to what's commonly called the Irish potato. These are from the nightshade family. And if someone has an inflammatory condition in their body and they eat these foods, it can accelerate the inflammation. Let me give you the story of a lady and her husband that came to our health retreat. They were in their probably early to mid-70s. And the lady said to me, 2 years ago, we booked ourselves into an aged care facility. She said we were late 60s. She said we're both a bit overweight. She said I had quite a bit of arthritis. My husband had some gout. And our daughter gave us a set of your DVDs. She said we watched them. We learn about exercise, drinking more water, breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, tea like a pauper. We heard the acid alkaline and about the nightshades, and we thought, we're retired now, we can do what we want. Let's give this a go. She said within 6 months, they'd both lost 10 kilos. She said the pain from her arthritis had gone. She was off all her medication. Even the joints were going back to normal. Did everyone hear that? The joints in a lady in her late 60s are going back to normal. She said, we booked out of aged care. She said, we bought a big van and a car and we decided to travel Australia. And they got to mid-east coast, came into our health retreat, which is about an hour off the highway, and spent a week with us doing our health program. You could not wipe the smile off this lady's face. She said, I'm early 70s now. She said, I feel better now than I felt in my 40s. How many people don't realise how good they could feel? Life should be good. Right up till the day we die. And there is a formula. She said to me, I haven't eaten any of these foods for a year now, for over a year now. She said, do you think I could start eating them? I said, give it a try. Who will tell her? Her body will tell her. How will her body tell her? Well, some people say as soon as they eat some of those foods, the joints start aching. One lady said, well, my joints don't ache straight away, but it repeats on me. So there are different ways that it may speak to you.
Green leafy vegetables are high in fiber, which aids in digestion and helps regulate blood sugar levels, both of which are important for fat loss and overall health. According to Barbara, these vegetables are particularly effective because they contain phytonutrients and enzymes that support the body's natural detoxification processes. They help neutralize toxins and eliminate them before they can cause cellular damage or cancer development. Additionally, the fiber found in green leafy vegetables works to regulate glucose levels, ensuring that cancer cells are starved of the sugar they need to grow. Research from the American Institute for Cancer Research shows that dark green leafy vegetables like kale contain carotenoids, which are antioxidants that help protect the body by stopping free radicals from damaging DNA, a process that can lead to cancer. Kale is also rich in vitamin C, another powerful antioxidant, which helps prevent the formation of cancer-causing substances in the body. After reviewing scientific studies, the American Institute for Cancer Research found that foods high in dietary fiber, like leafy greens, probably reduce the risk of colorectal cancer and help prevent weight gain, which is important because excess body fat increases the risk of at least 12 different cancers. Additionally, eating non-starchy vegetables and fruits may lower the risk of cancers in the mouth, throat, esophagus, and lungs. Barbara recommends incorporating a variety of green leafy vegetables into your diet daily. You can add them to salads, smoothies, or stir-fries for a nutrient boost.
When it comes to food, Barbara, you mentioned the simple food. What about, I hear this a lot about the food combinations, especially if you have feeble stomach, don't mix fruits and vegetables together. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if you don't have a feeble stomach and you keep combining the fruits and vegetables, it soon will be feeble. Why? Why? Let me tell you why. Fruit is very high in sugar, it's high in fiber, and it's low in minerals, whereas the vegetables are high in fiber, they're high in minerals and low in sugars. And so they don't mix very well together in the stomach. Now, there is a class of fruit that is what we call the savoury fruit. So even though they've got the classification of fruit, which is the seed in the article, they are savoury fruits. So we look at them that they can go either way. So that's the tomato, the avocado, the lemon, the eggplant, zucchini, cucumber, squash, or pumpkin and aubergine. And so that class of vegetables really can go either way. Now, it's not the odd day you do it or the odd day you don't. It's really what you do every day that determines it. So sometimes after a main meal, we'll have an apple pie, my husband's favourite, after a vegetable meal. But that doesn't happen every day. In fact, I'm travelling at the moment. It's not happening at all at the moment. So it's not the odd day you might mix a few together, but it's basically what you do every day that determines it.
Another simple way to enjoy their benefits is by lightly steaming them and drizzling them with olive oil and lemon juice. Green leafy vegetables can also be blended into soups or used as a base for wraps. By regularly including these vegetables in your meals, You're giving your body the nutrients it needs to fight inflammation, prevent cancer, and burn fat. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more health tips from Barbara O'Neill. If you have any questions or experiences with these foods, share them in the comments below. Stay tuned for more life-changing information on cancer prevention and holistic health.